play, role play, goal
Perfect.
play. So that's what it's called. You can always change it, but it's already done.
Sure thing. Sure thing.
Yeah.
All right,
Make it a little
guys.
ring. It'll be live, and we are now live, buddy. It's all you, McGuire Tate, quarterback for the day. Rock and roll, buddy.
Welcome, guys. Good morning, DAC team. I hope we've got some energy behind us today. We're midway through the week, almost midway through the month. Holiday season, like I mentioned, is here. Busy time for business owners, busy time for everyone, quite frankly. But it's a very, very important time. And I wanted to start today's huddle off by first introducing myself. For anyone that doesn't know me, I'm McGuire Tate. I'm a part of the corporate team. I'm also a field broker, broker in the field, just similar as you guys, a team leader as well. So doing all the same things you guys are doing here, right here with you guys, learning and growing, sharpening my own sword every day. That's why I love these huddles, even when I'm not the quarterback. But I want to get rolling with everyone today. Before I jump into things, I just want to share the importance and the reason why we do what we do. We all have our different reasons why we're here making a living for ourselves to support ourselves and our families. But at the same time, there's a why for the business owners, right? 6 out of 10 are breaking even. We know this. There's many, many millions of small businesses in our towns, not in our towns, out there that have reasons and ideas and needs to grow their business. And most of them report that the reason that they close down, right, that they can't continue operating is lack of working capital. So that's the why that we're here. We all have our own whys, why we're here, but why we're all here collectively is to serve those business owners and make sure that they know that they have an anchor, a support being to go to when they need that capital for whatever it may be, right? So that's really what should be motivating us to carry out the acts, whether we have our own goals and our own wishes for our own personal production, right? So let's keep that in mind when we're doing whatever we're doing. Every phone call, every email, every text, every conversation in person could lead to that saving grace for that business owner, right? We never know who's on the other line or who's waiting to hear from us. So let's keep that in mind every single day that we're here. It's very, very important. We are here to support those millions of small businesses. That is our goal. We are here to make that impact every single day, every single week, every single year, guys. But let's get right into the huddle today. Today, the huddle, my title for it was Master the Unfamiliar. And I'll get into that in a second here. But the way we like to do things, we jump in with a little funding story, and then we go into the pro tip, and then we'll go through to the challenge of the day, and then we go to you guys to hear some stories or questions that you guys may have. So to kick it off, the funding story today is an adult healthcare facility out in Wisconsin. Those Packers did pretty good this weekend, but out in Wisconsin, broker on this is Walt. Higher pod there. Can you still hear me? All right. Broker on this is Walt Buchanan. Walt, if you're on here, we'd love to hear your story on this, how you came across this business owner, how the process went for you on your end. The client was looking for 100K in revenue. Their revenue, or I'm sorry, 100K in funding. Their revenue is about anywhere from 39, 40 to 50K a month. They have great credit. They are looking for the funding due to slowness on receiving the insurance and government invoices being late this time of year. We see this very often in this industry. The offer was presented to them with 61K with a core rate 18-month deal with 100% prepaid discount with an effective rate of 1.34 annually. The client just accepted the offer, and we ordered the funding paperwork this morning. So getting that through should be taken care of today. So great job on that, Walt. Like I said, if you're on or you're seeing this in recording, maybe throw that in the Facebook group. We just love to hear from these brokers how these conversations happen, how these deals facilitate, and how that came to be from the broker's perspective. So great job, Walt. Again, great deal on this. It's more than their average monthly revenue. It's a great deal, 18 months for this company, and I'm sure that with the need of the funding, right, just getting some of these invoices and receiving some late payments, they'll be able to get that taken care of and then pay the funding off once they get that rolling. So great job again, Walt. Love the work here on this. So getting into today's pro tip, master the unfamiliar. Today's pro tip is going to be all about stepping outside the comfort zone that we live in and diving into role play scenarios that you haven't tackled much before or maybe never at all. So we are calling this Master the Unfamiliar. And what this is going to do is challenge you guys, even if you've been a broker before you were with DAC for over a decade, or you've been less than a month, right? A broker for less than a month. There's always room for improvement, especially in conversations. Conversations can go so many different ways. There's never really a way to anticipate or project exactly how each conversation is going to go. So if you're new to this, or even if you've been doing this for 10 to 20 years, people come across conversations and situations that maybe we haven't done before, or we want to expand our workings, our tool belt, and we want to branch out and do things that we haven't done yet to expand our pay and to help more business owners, right? So we may, for example, you might role play a conversation where you're reaching out to bank managers about a referral partnership. And many of us haven't had that chat before. That's something that may be new to a lot of us. Or another scenario is just practicing to talking to a potential new broker who's considering joining us, running through some questions that they might ask to you and how you'd highlight our support and our resources and describe that. Sometimes when we haven't had those conversations or they're new to us, we tend to make the conversation somehow longer than it needs to be because we're kind of just giving them what we know right on the spot. So practicing those role plays and going through those conversations helps us to be there in the spot doing it, but it also helps us to speak more clearly, concise, and shorter so that it gets the point across and we can keep the conversation moving. That just happens with time, but it can also happen with practice as well. Another example would be you choose an industry that you're not as familiar with, and it's maybe a niche market, and you role play how you'd explain our funding solutions tailored to their specific industry. So that's another way. These are just a few examples of areas where we maybe haven't delved in. So to wrap this concept up, here's our challenge for today. I want you guys to pick a new area that you haven't delved in or practiced anything before, or something that you just think you could sharpen your sword in that area, whether that's talking to a bank manager, a business owner, a new broker, somebody in your team, whatever it is. Spend a few minutes today role playing it, and by the end of the day, you'll have taken one step closer to mastering the unfamiliar, whatever that is. So that could be with using chat if you guys are familiar with some AIs like Grok or ChatGPT. Those are great for actually having somebody talk back to you if you don't have a friend or a family member nearby. They're free. You can go right on there and just start talking to it and say, hey, David's done it before. Please be a bank manager and we're going to have a conversation, blah, blah, blah. Or you're a brand new team member of mine. You just got signed up. You know the basic information and you're coming to me with questions about being a broker. So they are very high tech. If you haven't delved with them before, they will come back to you and ask you a bunch of questions and then take notes on that, right? Take notes on okay, I didn't really have an answer for that. So, or you could say, repeat that question and go back 5 times until your answer is right there. So that's a great way, guys, to get outside of our comfort zone, master something, sharpen our sword in an area that we either have never touched on before or something that we just think is very valuable to us. So that could be different for everyone here today. I want to hear you guys tomorrow on what you guys chose, why you chose it really quickly, and then maybe just give some words of encouragement that you feel a little bit more confident in those conversations. So that's the challenge. Pick one area today, role play that out, sharpen your sword, take notes on that so that you can grow your arsenal and add some more mastering of skills to your tool belt so that we can obviously conquer the overall goal, which is to help these business owners get in the capital they need and do it like a pro, right? That's going to help us in anything that we do in life, is being a little bit sharper, a little bit more of a pro. And if anyone that knows me has been to my huddles, I always love to wrap this side of it up with a quote that ties into the topic of the day. And today's quote I chose is from Ginny Romedy. The quote is, "Growth and comfort do not coexist." Right, guys? Growth and comfort do not coexist. So what that means to me, that may mean something different to everyone here, but to me, that means sitting in a place of being stagnant and being comfortable and doing the things that you come up with a schedule, you're doing those things over and over again. If they're fruitful and they're working, that's great. But there's, no matter what we're doing in this life, there's always an opportunity to sharpen the sword, do something that we're not comfortable with, and then you become comfortable with it. It's another thing that you have to your disposal. So that is my little play for today, guys. Bring that tomorrow. I want to hear how this helped you guys and what you chose. So we're going to go to you guys in a second. But before I do that, we are going to wrap this up. So we're going to